Good afternoon. Kent Bain here with Nine Business Group and Elevate Chat. We have the pleasure of Robert Welke joining us today. Robert, please introduce yourself and your company and what makes you guys different and unique.
Well, good afternoon. Thanks for having me, Kent. My name is Rob Welke, and the company that we belong to is Megxit Inc., which stands for Maximum Value Exit Execution. So we focus on helping business owners prepare their businesses for exit. And what makes us unique are a couple of things, actually. First and foremost, I'm a certified exit planning advisor, which is a specialized consulting/coaching certification focused on preparing a business owner and their companies for successful exit based on a framework that we created. Currently, there are about 4,000 CEPAs worldwide, that's Certified Exit Planning Advisors, most of which are in the US. I believe there are less than 100 in Canada right now, but the number is growing. So to answer the second part of your question, which what makes us unique, well, there's a lot of the literature out there surrounding what to do to prepare a business for sale. Most of it reflects around things like checklists. This is what you should do. There's very little real published frameworks or documents around how to do it. So that's what we did. When we were conducting our research into this market opportunity, that while we found there were great tools available to identify what needs to be done within companies to get them ready for sale, there really is no comprehensive process for walking a business owner through the steps and guide them to the various activities that we need to have them do to get business ready for sale. So we created Megxit, which is a framework that is an actual strategic planning and execution framework around exit planning.
Fantastic. Sounds great. How long have you been in business now?
This is where we're actually ramping into year 3 of this.
Excellent. Okay. So since you started in business, what's been the biggest challenge you've had to overcome? How did you face it? How did you tackle it? And what's the outcome today?
All right. Well, first of all, identifying the correct target market and finding the most effective ways to get in front of those people was our biggest challenge. It's not like you can, walk down the street and say, "Hey, buddy, you want to sell your business?" But having said that, right now in Canada, there's probably over 600,000, we know there are over 600,000 baby boomer owned private businesses in the country. Most of the owners of these companies need to exit their business successfully in order to retire with any means whatsoever. Most of them have anywhere between 75 and 90% of their wealth tied up in the business. So the need for preparation is great, right? Consider this. If 20 businesses in a small town are all selling at once, who's going to be successful? The one that actually has prepared their business for a sale, right? And consider the impact of those that can't sell. What happens if you can't sell your business? What's going to happen to that town, that community, not just for yourself, but what about the people that worked for you, right? The community is going to suffer if we can't get this right. And that's part of our why, which is, we need to get this right this time.
Well said. Thank you. What is one thing you know now that you wish you would have known when you started in business?
Let's see. How difficult it was going to be to actually get in front of the right people. We thought we needed to talk to business owners, but it turns out that it's really not business owners we need to talk to. We need to talk to the business owners' trusted advisors. So
who would those be? That's interesting. Who would those be?
Those are going to be trusted advisors are their accountants predominantly. That's the number one listed when we've surveyed business owner around who they would go to in terms of information if they needed to talk about an exit. Accountants would be first. Financial planners could be second. Peers are third. Lawyers are actually on the list, but they're further down because it seems like every time somebody wants to talk to a lawyer, it costs them money. But those are the people that we need to talk to, because they're the people that are in touch with the business owner on a regular basis and have a pulse of where the business owner is going. So we've started to build significant relationships with those people.
All right, I'm going to go a little off script out of complete curiosity. How are you finding the space working with or talking to accountants? Because my experience has been much different, where they're not very willing to share, even though the clients are talking to them. At times, I feel like I'm competing with an accountant because they know everything and aren't always willing to share or make referrals. So how are you finding that space? And have you found a way to is it just a matter of finding the right accountant, or is it a matter of languaging and changing it? And I think you know where I'm going, but I'll let you kind of go from there.
It's a bit of both, actually. Finding the right accountants who are actually forward thinking is probably the first start. And we've talked to lots and lots of accountants over the last 3 years, and you get a sense of whether or not they're compliance focused or they're actually forward thinking and business focused when you have a conversation around what they do for their clients. So we tend to look for the accountants that are actually forward thinking and take on more of a CFO role within their clients' businesses. Secondly, the messaging around that we talk with around accountants is that we're in this together, and your client needs more than just you, because you're not the expert at absolutely everything. And that's what we bring to the table. We're not the experts at everything as exit planners. What we are is great coaches in terms of coaching the owner to pick the right team to get ready for an exit. And that team will always include an accountant, likely their accountant. It will always include a lawyer. It will include a personal financial planner. It may include their personal coach, because they're an integral part of the whole process as well. And it's going to include potentially HR professionals and sales professionals to help them get the business to the state where it's ready for a sale.
Excellent. Very fascinating. Thank you. What are the top 3 challenges that your industry faces in the next 18 to 24 months?
First and foremost is moving a business owner to action. Not understanding the process around what makes a business sellable is one of the big challenges we have with business owners, right? If owners need to leave their business at some point in the future, and they all do, they have to be prepared for that. I mean, there's a 50-50 chance right now that most business owners will suffer one of the following: divorce, death, disability, disagreement, or dissolution of their company, right? And if they don't get hit by that, the next thing is that most of the businesses are sold for one of 2 reasons. The owner gets sick, or somebody in the owner's family gets sick, or somebody comes along and says, "Hey, I think you've got a really good business here. I'd like to buy it." So those unsolicited office offers is when most business owners get caught flat-footed, because their businesses aren't ready for a sale, and they can't expedite the changes they need quick enough to prepare that business for a successful sale.
I would like you to say those 5 again. They were 5 Ds. So you said divorce, disability.
Death,
What were the others?
disagreement between owners, and dissolution, going bankrupt.
4 Ds. So the 4 Ds of how a business goes sideways.
There's 5.
What was the last one I missed then?
Divorce, death, disability, disagreement, or dissolution.
The other 4 Ds that face us all, but we never think about. I'm going to steal those. Can I use those?
Absolutely. The other 2 things that you asked about 3, and the second one is many business owners believe that they can decide one day that they can sell their business, and then they turn around and go to sell it and find out that it's not sellable. We've found in talking to business owner or business brokers in Alberta that 90% of the people who come to them asking them to help them sell their business aren't ready. Either the business isn't ready, or the business is not sellable in it at all. So that's a critical part of that equation as well, getting business owners to recognize they have to have a sellable asset. And the other one is getting business owners advisors to have the tough conversations with their business owner about selling the business, and that it's not just a simple thing, right? I find that when you talk to a financial advisor and they say, "Well, we've talked to our business owner about their business," and I asked them, "Okay, so what did they say their business is worth?" And they said, "Well, generally they give us a number." I said, "Do you ever challenge that number?" Because business owners are notorious for overvaluing their business and not understanding what it's worth. Because the other part of the equation is it might be worth $2 million to a business owner. It might be a valid number, but has he taken into account the tax consequences of that sale and how that sale has to be structured in order for him to put as much money in his pocket as he can? So those are the things, those are the questions, those are the challenges we bring to business owners so that they get a better understanding that it's not just as simple as selling a business.
All right, I am looking forward to your answer on this question. It's a question I inserted about 3 or 4 weeks, and the pattern's been quite fun. So as a business owner, and also as a person who's involved on a high level with businesses, what is your definition of a successful business?
A business that can create income, the necessary income to support the lifestyle needs of the business owner or owners, and which is an asset that has sellable value that can be realized when the owner is ready to move on to their next stage in life.
Well, that was very well rehearsed. Good for you. Thanks for prepping for it. No, that's great. I think it is genius. So it's what is the lifestyle I want today?
Yep.
And what do I want my business to do for me tomorrow.
Yeah, and a critical part of that is not just what do I want it to be down the road, is it's identifying what that asset value needs to be to support the to support the lifestyle that they would like in the next stage of life. And that's where we have a gap usually, right? When we go in to do an assessment of a business, we have what we call a wealth gap, the difference between what they need in retirement and what they can actually sell the business for today, right after tax. And our job is to help them close that gap.
Good for you. I love it. I love it. Last question. What do you want to be known for?
For helping as many business owners as I can exit their business successfully, right? In a manner that ensures that they leave their legacy, most importantly, they get the value they need out of their business. And secondly, they leave the legacy that they would like. Many business owners, almost everyone that I've run across, wants to make sure that the people that have worked for them for many years are taken care of when they sell the business. They want to make sure that the community is taken care of, and they don't want it to all disappear after the fact, like after they're gone.
That's amazing. As a coach to a coach, I would like you, and I'm going to challenge you to make one change to that and one change only.
What's that?
Make it a quantifiable number. How many of those people, what is the number of people you want to help?
Oh, I want to help 100 business owners.
100, that's all?
That's well, until I retire. That's myself. Now, having said that, we have taken our framework and we are in the process of preparing it to monetize it. So we could actually offer it to other advisors so they can go help people, because in Alberta alone, we have close to 40,000 baby boomer owned businesses. There's no way in heck I will be able to manage that many business owners. So we need to empower other advisors who are coaches or business advisory consultants to be able to do what we do.
All right, so let's, I love this conversation, so let's do it. I would like you to rephrase that. What do you want to be known for to, I want to help 100 businesses, and then insert your statement, and then go, and we want to help and train X number of advisors to impact Y number of businesses. Give me those numbers.
Okay. Wow, you've rephrased it, and I can't remember exactly how you phrased it. So I want to help 100 businesses and business owners exit their business successfully in the manner that they would like. And with the framework we have created, I want to empower 500 more advisors to be able to do what we do for their clients.
Absolutely amazing. That was perfect. That is a great marketing piece for you. Share it. So before we wrap up, you've been a great guest. Where can people find more about you? Pronounce your company name. Where can they find you? Phone numbers, websites, give it to us.
You bet. So we can be found at the Mexit website, which is www.mexit.ca. Right. And that is our primary website. I can also be found at Welke, that's RWELKE at Mexit.ca. And you can reach me through my cellular at 587-577-9380.
Beautiful. Thanks again very much for your time, Robert. Keep up the good work, and we're going to keep the conversation going.
Awesome. Thanks, Kent. Thanks for having me today, and you have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye for now.